Oh,
Hello. Welcome back to Caillou and Pip commentating Fifth versus Simon. These guys just finished their GP match, but Fifth has requested a salty runback of sorts, so we're going to see essentially games, maybe games 3 through 5 right here.
yeah. So Fifth has already spent a couple cards burning Simon down to 15, but Simon has managed to stick a Intrepid, so that's usually a good sign. When you're any sort of deck, honestly. Uh, I think we very rarely get runbacks like this. But I wouldn't mind if our community became a little bit more like the fighting game community with these sorts of things.
Because, okay, not only is it just fun, because I think beef, as long as people don't like take it too far and it's just in the game, it's fun. I think
Yeah,
and I think that it also gives us an excuse to get like more testing data between specific
that's true.
matchups, and I think like
Yeah.
that is
Did I
always
get
the best.
So this is going to be another 5 damage. So Simon's going to be at 10, which is pretty impressive. However, Simon actually does have fifth on a 3-turn clock. If he just decides fuck it. Because he can fire up the Ravage Monument and swing 8 next turn.
Mm-hmm. Or just kill if he's really scared of the Makeef, just kill the Makeef outright. But yeah, like the Monument plus Intrepid is pretty scary. We we don't have hand information here, so it's going to be a little bit more interesting than last time. Um, Given like I don't really know that there's much we can like guess about Fifth's hand so far, just because like he's basically just curved out. There's no real indication of what he could be building up to. Sorry, but yeah, okay. So it's just gonna Oracle's Vision. Mill's a Hunter's Hideout, unfortunately. Still has the
He's
hand
not close
activate
enough to turning it on. Like, I, we don't know the cards in the player's hand because Fifth fired up the game rather than Simon.
Mm-hmm.
But, ooh, taking out the Mukeef is interesting.
Mm-hmm. It's a safer play, which I think when you're at half your starting life total, I think you start to play
So,
a little bit more scared than usual.
so my personal thought is versus, burn decks or even pseudo burn decks,
Mm-hmm.
your best bet is pretty much always to try and kill your opponent before they can hit various different mana thresholds or
Okay,
damage thresholds.
so
So
hard.
interesting. Playing the Aguri out, Simon looks like he's considering a response.
Yeah,
Um,
which is why I think that he didn't activate the Ravage Monument.
right. Presumably has some sort of answer. Um, that answer might be Pithwilt.
Mm-hmm. Pit building the Guri isn't awful. It just depends on yeah, I think I think it's probably safer.
Okay,
Oh, okay, has a Whisper
had
Woods.
Whisperwoods.
Oh, so
Interesting.
this is a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation.
Yeah, you don't cast Whisperwoods into this, unless you want to rebuy. Actually, you could. Oh wait, no, but it gets discarded. I was going to say you
I
could
think you
rebuy the X unit. I think no, you absolutely do because milling is good.
yeah. And if you take Descend, then Simon just untaps, descends your Aguri, steals your Aguri. Yeah, so it's gonna take the Whisper Woods exploration. Yeah, now Simon untaps, descends Aguri, Ravaged Monument, swing for 8. That seems like a reasonable play. Does this deck have? I don't think this deck has stand unassailable in either its side or main, right? I think I feel like almost every sideboard would benefit from at least 2 copies of a stand.
Yeah, I think it depends on like. I mean, we don't have that many burn like aggro decks this GP, and especially burn decks. So it has no copies of that.
Oh yeah, fair. Well, I almost forgot that I was just thinking of like decks in league style. Okay, Simon
Okay,
still isn't firing up the Ravage Monument, which lets me know that he must have top decked something instant speedable. Oh no, Hunter's Hideout. Never
so
mind.
no, this is actually bad because Hunter's Hideout won't be online next turn, and if Simon had been just more aggressive with this Ravage Monument, he would have fifth dead next turn.
Uh,
Or, yeah, next turn. Yeah. Oh man, I really don't like how this has turned out.
oh, please don't be a blood ritual. Okay, Duress is a.
Duress, take the prying inquiry. Um,
Mm,
if you're Simon, you just flashed back the
Yeah, you
They
flash
descend,
you flashback
descend,
descend steal you take two
kill
whatever and then
demo.
you steal a Guri and then you thought
Oh
seize fit.
god. I
No
don't
wait, but
think
no
you do
no.
that because you don't
Oh no,
want
yeah,
to take
cause
2 damage.
yeah, a
But you
Guri
take the
two
demo divisor.
yeah, and then you're like solidly up.
I think the only way you don't do that is if you hit exactly Oracle's Vision. Or, yeah, that's basically it.
Or Whisperwood. Yeah, or Whisperwoods, because then you Whisperwoods bring back Exint or something, Exint the demo divisor. Simon just swinging in again, like I feel like Simon doesn't realize that like his manlands have text.
It does feel like that at times.
Oh, and there's the Whisperwoods. Okay, so probably just grabs back Exint. No, what? Hunter's Hideout? I get this is overkill. You were already killing next turn. Oh well. Well, I guess Fifth doesn't have the burn.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like what if there's
Wait,
any
that was
pos-
another game 1. So they were playing that game.
Yeah,
Man. So this is just running back the entire set.
yeah, even unside. So they weren't sideboarding there. So I wonder if Fifth is gonna try a different sideboard plan than he did the first set. Yeah, like I think yeah, double Hunter's Hideout really leaves Fifth with no real answers on the ground. And I think what we're seeing is that the deck is kind of caught in like, or like this is my personal take. Is like it feels like it's caught in like this weird uh, weird space between like it wants to be more controlling slash grindy and it wants to just burn your face off, and like you have cards which like run the spectrum of that, but then like a decent number of them fall at like the extremes, and so when you draw them when you draw the extremes, like and you go for one of those plans, the presence of the other cards just kind of hinders you. I don't know if that scans from your experience of watching the deck, but that's how I've been feeling.
Yeah. I think that's fairly accurate. I think the deck has a couple of synergy pieces in it that are bad if the synergy is off or if that specific plan isn't coming together, like Apprentice Necromancer. Oracle's Vision? Okay. Not really like the shuffle is gonna matter because, it's for funsies game.
Mm-hmm. But with serious stakes, pride, and stuff.
Truly. Really, what I'm picturing here is a very perfect legend type of moment.
Oh no!
But I don't think we're getting 13 games here.
Mm-hmm. Four would be enough. Blood Harvest on 2 is like, depending on Simon's hand, could be pretty devastating. But yeah, it seems like Simon is like well on track of the Blood Harvest, and so has primarily been keeping hands with more basics in them.
Yeah. And fetching heavily, and it's also a 2-color deck to begin with, so.
Mm-hmm. So like yeah, makes that plan easier. Okay, gonna run out the prying inquiry. Let's see what goodies Fifth has got. Memento Mori, Blood Ritual, Unceasing Flames. Weird.
I think, huh?
I would just take.
You snap take the Unceasing Flames.
Yeah, exactly, because that represents.
And you just hope to seal it, because Simon does board in Seal the Tomb in this matchup.
Mm-hmm. The Moris you can play now. Now that you know that they exist, you can play around them, and
yeah,
Blood Ritual without more burn.
No, I mean, unless that means Simon has another discard spell in hand and a Hunter's Hideout in hand, I don't think that line makes sense.
Yeah, like I was about to say, has to have the second piece of hand attack. Okay, yeah, okay, so it's just gonna 5 Simon. But yeah, that definitely feels weird, because like burn is a density, Memento Mori is not. So like.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I could maybe see taking the Blood Ritual if you're worried about like villainy, but like at least one of the burn spells. And like not wanting to take the Unceasing Flames because you're worried it makes if Fifth draws another Unceasing Flames, it makes it an immediate scorch. I could also see that, but like I think that's more tenuous.
Oh my god. I mean, I guess having it in yard, you can still seal the tomb.
Of course, it assumes that Simon brought in seals in this matchup, which like
We did see him mill them over last match,
oh
and
okay
I talked to him about it, so he was going to.
okay cool. Yeah, I should definitely be checking what people are milling more often. Simon thinking hard about something.
He had a rules question for me, just about whether he should be able to tell whether or not Unceasing Flames was a copy or not.
Oh, okay. And you do, right? You need to make copies
You
have
do.
a different frame. I don't think it matters for anything unless
Simon said it could matter in a small way if you don't know deck lists, and the answer is you know deck lists.
yeah. Yeah, it could matter if MPX got into the format, but we're not living in that timeline, so.
Much, despite my best efforts. I don't agree with throwing out the hideout right now, because then you just...
oh no, Intrepid is much safer, and Intrepid...
Okay, Intrepid does make sense if you're clearing Memento Moris, then.
Mm-hmm. I would...
Because you're caring about it for the Edict mode.
I would still generally be... Because I feel like... Like, with the number of cards that Simon has right now, I would be entirely fine with 1-for-1ing an Intrepid for... Or, like... well, actually, you're 2-for-1ing, because you get to tutor a land. But I'm fine with 2-for-1ing the Memento Mori, but, like, if your life total gets run out, that's a problem. Okay, Fifth just passing has not hit a third land. And damn, even though the name's FifthDragon, but I think we're only going to get 4 games, y'all.
Brutal.
Okay, Nereba, unfortunately, is going to be under Blood Harvest effect, so he's going to ping Simon every time he uses it. So it looks like, yes, Simon is going to... oh no, Simon can't. Intrepid is offline for attacking. Fetching that basic forest actually had consequences. This is why you play snow-covered forests, folks. Snow-covered basics.
Well, apparently don't, because Egg this GP decided to bring a land that had 2 mana tap it, sacrifice, destroy target snow land.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was the funniest piece of tech I've ever seen.
And then I happened to not draw a single snow land in that series, so I was like, get wrecked.
Is it repeatable, or is it just...
No, it's like a weird wasteland variant.
Okay, cool. It's not nutty.
This is another 5-ball, assuming Simon doesn't have interaction, which is a big assumption. Simon could even crack the clue to find an Exeunt.
Mm-hmm. It does take 1 that way, though, and if Simon doesn't hit an Exeunt, that's just...
It's an extra 1, but, like, you want to crack the clue at some point anyway.
Mm-hmm. Also, it's strange... I was going to say, if there's any answers in Grave, or if there's any Exeunts in Grave, strange disco, but there aren't, so...
Yeah, and I think you want to try to charge up anyway. So, as a heads up, if you want to do, like, the optimal play, what you do in a circumstance like that is you tap the Nereba to float mana, and then you say, in response to the trigger, I'm going to crack this clue.
Mm-hmm.
That way you get to draw before you make the decision of whether you're going to pay 1 life or not.
Small percentage points, but still valid. Okay, Mukeef doesn't have anything more to recur, so fingers crossed. Still, now Simon is eminently within double burn spell range, and Unceasing, Blood Ritual alone, you don't really have that many outs. If Fifth brought in the full cohort of Unceasings, that's 7 potential targets,
Yep, that's true.
And I don't think Simon... Yeah, does Simon have life gain anywhere in his deck? Other than Monument?
I don't think Simon has life gain other than it.
Okay, in that case, you know what? I might have to roll back that 4 games comment. But we'll see. I think... So Simon by
I mean,
playing
Intrepid
this...
can fire up now,
Yeah, exactly.
which I think you should do, because, again, you need to kill Fifth.
And Fifth is tapped out now, so Memento Mori is not an option.
Yeah, Memento won't be in effect. Do we know the cards in Simon's hand at all?
Oh, he's gonna kill Mukeef.
I think that's wrong.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess no, because Mukeef does deal 1 damage to each player every turn.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot.
So that's why Simon was prioritizing killing Mukeef.
That's fair. And then should start going for the face. Yeah, like having another like honestly, like I think if Fifth taps out again, if Simon has a turn where you can just windmill slam a hideout, that would be great. Well, okay.
Yeah. Well, this means that Simon can clear the Blood Harvest next turn.
Yep. And it also puts Fifth in a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of situation where it's like, well, do I Memento to clear the grave, or do I save Memento to kill Intrepid? I think the answer is I don't know, actually, I don't know. I think you probably try to kill the Intrepid or something, because like the Strange Discovery will be
just straight passes back.
Huh.
Because he's holding a Memento, I assume?
Probably. And didn't draw.
And if you're Simon, you definitely swing here to try to force Fifth's hand with the Memento.
Yep. And you do it before you do anything else, so that you lose less cards in the event of a Memento to grave. Like, assuming that, like, Fifth does that in response to attacks. No, wait, why? No, no. Why?
Oh, that's a bad idea.
Why?
I don't think Simon realizes how that works with Blood Harvest.
Or how that works. Oh, okay. Has another. I was about to say how that works with Intrepid. I was like, dog, don't turn off your own Intrepid.
Oh my god. Wait, does that deck not run Snow Basics? Or is Simon just intentionally not fetching them to tilt us? That deck doesn't run Snow Basics.
I mean, wait.
I don't have an excuse.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, who built the deck? So, also, yeah, I think Simon cracked the Grim Bastion said have exactly 12 cards in grave. So, Hideout is now online. Fifth is going to Memento to clear grave. Does Simon have some sort of response to this? I don't think so, right? It's also probably why Simon didn't Hideout on his own turn, just so that...
whatever he discarded didn't get exiled. Sure.
Mm-hmm. Fifth down to 2 cards in hand. But...
Yeah, but is top decking to some pretty live draws.
Yeah. It looks like right now, though, it's Land City. Or is thinking, is this Villainy? Oh, no. Oh, Aguri.
Aguri. That's fine.
Yeah, it kind of forces you to keep... No, okay. Because, yeah, Hideout's offline. So it kind of forces you to keep Intrepid back. In response, Whisperwoods try to find an answer. That's fair.
Also just filling up the graveyard.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah.
I think you pick up Pithwilt, fire off the Pithwilt at the Blood Harvest.
Oh, at the Harvest. I was thinking Pithwilt...
you could also do it at the Aguri. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I was thinking...
6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Yeah.
Ooh, cast a second one.
Okay. Baller is all hell. What did Simon pick up off of the first pit? Or sorry, the first Whisperwoods?
Pithwilt.
Pithwilt, okay. And he's gonna pick up the other. Okay, yeah, you know what? I respect it.
Here's...
And, like, now... Fifth has to take the Whisperwoods to stop Simon from just turning on Hunter's Hideout. And then next turn, Simon can untap, use Hunter's Hideout to kill Blood Harvest, then crack the Grim Bastion, get some relevant land, play Pithwilt, or hold up Pithwilt to kill an Aguri, and then can swing with Intrepid. So all around, a very productive turn. Wait, did Simon... Oh, Simon also has a Descend on the Helpless engrave? Jeez, oh yeah, so okay, finally Fifth lands on the Whisperwoods expiration. Yeah, the Descend is pretty brutal, because then, again, you don't grab Aguri. Is there any other target other than Aguri? No. Okay, never mind then. Descend is less brutal, but still.
I really need to fix that thing that my mic does.
Okay, so Simon is cracking the fetch. Now let's see what line he takes here though. Okay, Nomad's Township. So yeah, presumably, like I think the best line is Hunter's Hideout, kill Blood Harvest, Pitbull the Aguri. At that point, you have 12 cards in grave. Intrepid is online, and you're pretty much guaranteed to win. Okay, Descend also works. Yeah, Descend Aguri. Destroy the Blood Harvest somehow. Okay, Intrepid, swing. Please, Simon, do the thing on main 2. Okay, he's cracking the Strange Discovery, interestingly enough. What for?
Well, I mean, it puts it at 12 cards.
I mean, yeah, but then he also had a Pith Wilt with which to. Oh god.
Yeah, it's just trying to clear the last card.
Okay, Duress. Let's see what. Oh, it's a McKeef. That would have actually been big money.
That would have been very frustrating to fight against, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So now Fifth is empty-handed.
Oh, it's a mountain.
And that's it.
Yep.
And,
oh man.
You know what? Fortunately, I didn't have to eat my words. And yeah.
Stabilized.
Mm-hmm. It's not. And yeah, it's not quite the 13-0, but I think it does show that as the deck is built currently, the Fifth's deck, the Black Red Villainy Midrange, probably needs to make some adjustments to be able to deal with these greedier decks. And whether that means like leaning one way or another, it probably needs to just like essentially choose a side. Mm-hmm. Is there anything else that you think was there about those games, specifically about like the plays that people made? I think I'm less good at like sussing out like habits or whatever. So I was wondering if there's anything that you think was defining there that helped change those games.
I think Simon was not aggressive in a lot of those games and was definitely holding up answers, which would have punished him a lot if it had been casting spells that couldn't be answered, like Blood Ritual. However, Fifth was being really unlucky in not drawing those spells. Part of that's luck, part of it is deck construction. Fifth's deck has a lot of air in it, has a lot of individually weak cards, and has pretty much no card selection.
Mm-hmm.
We saw the mana get a bit the better of him, which we can see now. The drawback of having those Blood Harvests is if you want to truly make it asymmetrical, you are going to screw yourself over some percentage of the time while you're playing a villainy deck. Yeah, I don't know. It's those are the general thoughts I would put forth. I think this matchup should give a really good example as to why Hunter's Hideout preys on a lot of these enchantment synergy decks, because it can just say, oh cool, you had 2 villainies, they're both dead. Oh cool, you have you have all of these things, I'm going to answer all of them and just grind you out.
Mm-hmm. I think that like it really felt like if Fifth's deck had a few less of like the clunky pieces and had just been more streamlined / aggressive, could have run Simon down in both of those game 2s. Like, because Hunter's Hideout is really good against stuff like Villainy, but like you have to tap out on 3 and then untap, pay another 3. Meanwhile, and like, or if like your opponent's just like faffing about like filling up their graveyard, you could if Fifth was putting on more beats, it feels like those games could have gone very differently. So I think something like I know there was Augur's Tempo deck which took a GP trophy. I think something like more aggressive like that could be interesting.
Yeah, so I think, as we discussed on the upcoming Hot Takes episode, I think there's a couple of ways you can take Villainy to succeed with it. I think one of the ways is to have a bunch of other cheap threats, things like Jar Champ, and either do that in red-black or blue-black and go like Union Rail Strikebreaker, or have Villainy in kind of the centerpiece of a mid-range deck, but not as your primary win con. But or have Villainy be this pocket strategy. I built a Mardu control deck where the board plan versus creatureless strategies, because it was abusing a card that repeatedly board wipes, is board in 4 villainies. And I think that's still live.
So yeah, I think the conclusion is basically play. Like
But
same
yeah,
thing
I
as we
think
came to in our hot takes
specifically,
video, which is like play villainy differently, build villainy differently.
yep.
And three
Because otherwise,
people
I
need to
don't
be.
think you can beat these types of decks.
And three people need to be aware that these types of decks exist, and more people need to play these types of decks. But yeah, I think that was a dope video. Like we said at the start, I think we don't get this kind of thing very often, so I'm super glad we got to do this. And specifically, I'm glad I got to be on a commentary with you, Fifth. So until
Yep.
next time, this is Kai
Pleasure
and
as
Fifth.